Hey guys, Troy here. Welcome to the Striker Blade YouTube channel. About a month ago, I uploaded my review of the Fimi X8 SE, and the main takeaway from that video was that it's a great drone, but there are some features that are still being made and released through firmware updates. And some time has passed by, and they've actually updated and fixed quite a few things. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that have changed in the last little bit. Let's talk about the main thing, and that's going to be the gimbal. So previously I took videos that, I don't like how that looks. So it tilts a lot, right? So the gimbal, it wouldn't stay straight on the horizon, and that has recently been fixed. So sorry this video is going to be really dizzy to look at, but I did my best to try and replicate this issue, and as you can see in these clips, the horizon stays almost level. As I'm spinning, you can see that the video looks pretty good, so there's not that horrendous tilt anymore. So super happy with that. That was my biggest issue with this drone. Next thing I want to talk about is the color modes. So all of the color modes are now working, which is awesome. So you have your general, vivid, black and white, film, nostalgia, I think there's art, and F-Log. You can only use F-Log if you're recording in 4K 30 FPS, which is a little weird. I'm not 100% sure why it's that way, but it's not quite as flat as other log color profiles that I've used before. Like, it's not as flat as DJI or Parrot or my Sony camera right here. It's not as flat of a color profile. It looks a little desaturated and with a bit less contrast compared to the default or to the general color mode, which is okay, that's how it works. It's not as flat as I'm used to. The general color mode actually looks really good. I changed my settings back to 64 saturation, 64 contrast, and that's good. I have a new appreciation for the vivid color mode. That's probably my favorite. I would have thought it would be F-Log because I can adjust that in post-processing, but the vivid color mode, for the kind of pictures and videos I like to take, it has that really deep saturation to it, but it doesn't clip. So vivid color mode, that's pretty awesome. A few other things they fixed is the general bugginess nature of the new app. And before, I would have it freeze on me, I'd have it exit out, I'd have the video settings page stop loading the settings, and I couldn't change anything. So all that stuff has been fixed. It works pretty smooth now. I don't have it crash on me or freeze up or anything like that. I've also noticed just some general improvements over the flight characteristics of the drone. When I first started flying it, it felt really nervous. As a pilot, you feel like you can't trust the drone as much as its competitors, like DJI products that fly really smooth. It just didn't do that. And after these latest updates, it feels really refined. The flight characteristics of the drone is nice and smooth now, and you don't have to, second guess whoa, why is it twitching in the air? Or why is it doing that? Because it doesn't do those things anymore. It flies really smooth. So overall, great improvements to the drone and to the app. The last thing that I want to mention are some of the issues that I was experiencing and I mentioned in my last review. And these things have not been fixed yet, so it still does give me a slow SD card error when I'm recording or when I'm flying. Now that I've flown it a lot more since these updates have come out, I think that might be a hardware issue, because this bottom plate underneath here, this gets really hot, and I'm pretty confident that that affects the performance of the memory card. So that might always be a thing. The white balance modes are still limited to the auto, incandescent, and fluorescent. There's no sunny, cloudy, shade. Those modes don't work just yet. And then I believe it's the manual mode for video that still hasn't been fixed yet. That's still having issues where if you put it on manual mode for video, it doesn't change the exposure at all. So I wanted to keep you guys updated on this drone. Now that they've made those fixes, especially to the tilt on the gimbal, it's a pretty awesome little drone. For the price point that it's at, you can get these around $450, $500, and I think that's a really good value. The video quality, the 1080p, the 4K is really impressive on this. And I think it definitely competes with the Mavic Air, the Mavic Pro, And comparing it to the Parrot Anafi, like it definitely outshines the Parrot Anafi if we're talking like just video quality. So awesome little drone, link in the description to where you can get one of these. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.